What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer here, your favorite YouTube stacker, back with another awesome video from the beach. And today I'm going to be talking about gold, silver, interest rates, and mining stocks. Why is everything up today when it was significantly down yesterday? What can we expect next week? Hit it. Stacking Surfer. I think I'm your best friend. Balances in your bank instead. All right, guys. So yesterday, I went to bed feeling like I had made a big mistake by buying gold and silver mining stocks about 3 weeks ago. They had a little jump up a couple weeks ago, about a day or two after I purchased them, and then they dropped significantly, and I was in the red yesterday with all of them. And I just kept thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I buying gold and silver mining stocks? They never do anything. Now, granted, when I did it about 3 years ago, if I would have held those until now, they would be up from where they were. And I would be getting paid out better dividends than I am today on a few of them. But I'm a little ADHD, and to me, it was hard just letting them sit there and not do anything. So I moved it into gold and silver, physical gold and silver, a few years ago. So I'm okay with that move, and I don't regret it at all. My physical gold is up about 35%. And to me, that's a lot better than what my dad did with putting a bunch of his money in CDs. So, guys, I'm pretty happy with that. But here's what happened this morning when I woke up. I looked at the stocks, and everything was up at least 3%, if not 5%. And one of them was up over 10%. So if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share with you the portfolio of mining stocks that I have. And I'll share a little picture of that with you guys. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about gold and silver. Honestly, it's my favorite asset class right now. It is real money, and it is sound money. Matter of fact, it's the only money that actually really makes sound. So try to get some sound out of your paper dollars or out of your Bitcoin. It doesn't really work very well. We have an interest rate change coming next week. The Federal Reserve will be meeting. And right now, the federal funds rate is around, let's say, 5.5%. And it has been there for the last year, okay, since July of 2023. It hasn't moved at all. And a lot of industry has been feeling that crunch. There's been a lot of loans, especially in commercial real estate, that have been readjusting. And as we have those rate increases that we've had in the past here, you know, a lot of people were expecting that the Fed would have lowered rates already, and they haven't. So to me, I don't think that we're going into quantitative easing. I do not believe that is the case. So I think what you're seeing is a rate cut due to the elections. I don't think they're ready to actually cut the rates. And in my opinion, they should be raising rates. Now, yes, that would hurt the economy, but it would strengthen the US dollar. And having a strong dollar is important for this nation. It's important for our reserve status. Yes, we continue to lose that. The dollar continues to be debased. And that is because of all the money printing that's gone on. One way to try to combat that a little bit is having higher interest rates and paying out better yields. Then people want to hold your debt. Now, what I'd really like to see happen is I'd like to see the country go back to a gold standard or a gold peg. And there are ways for that to happen. It would take a massive revaluation of gold. And I'm okay with that because I have a bit of it. So that's one way that I'd like to see things get fixed. But let's talk about the gold and silver you guys have. As of today, gold is up about $40 from the time of doing this. I think it's around 2,558 or so. Around there, and then silver is around $29.80, up $1. So we have some pretty good increases in one day. Yesterday, the CPI index came out, and there was a lot of conversations around it being a little lower than expected. And so for that, I think the market got hit a little bit, as well as the gold and silver prices. So what made the difference today? I don't know. There was a little bit of news about, I think, the EU either cutting rates or looking to cut rates as well. I haven't had a lot of time to research that today. I've been working. But I came down to the beach for a few minutes for a quick walk. Thought I'd make a video. So today's different. There's some good sentiment on that. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. The Fed's expected to lower rates by either 1/4 or 0.5%. In technical terms, they call that 25 basis points or 50 basis points. And if a rate cut does not come, expect your price of gold and silver to go down significantly. Same with your cryptos. If a rate cut does come and it's a 25 basis points, 1/4 point, and the Fed is, pretty dovish, it could have the same effect as it coming out with a 1/2 point. If the Fed is kind of hawkish and they do that and they say, hey, we're not going to do any more rate cuts this year, and we don't see, we see them down the road in the future, but way out, that could also, affect gold and silver prices and keep them down. On the other hand, if we get into a really dovish stance where the Fed says, hey, we may do some other cuts this year as well, that starts to make things interesting. And if that happens along with a 1/2 point or 50 basis point drop or decrease in the Fed funds rate, you can expect mortgages to come down. You can expect gold and silver to go even higher than where it is today. Okay, now I can't give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just give you my opinions. These are my opinions. I could be wrong. Markets are crazy. We could see a very dovish Fed. We could see 0.5% change there, 50 basis points, and nothing happened. Maybe it's already baked in. But I have a feeling based on today and where things moved up that if the Fed is dovish and they do hit the 50 basis point mark and they talk about doing some other rate cuts this year or early next year, I do project that we will see an uptick in the price of gold and silver. Now, let's talk silver for a minute. We've had some interesting stuff. If you go back to, I think it was June and July, we saw the gold to silver ratio get down into the 70s, actually the high 60s. And that's the lowest I've seen it since I've been stacking. So that dates me a little bit. I haven't been stacking as long as a lot of you that are watching this. And what I look at is the mean is about 40, okay? We haven't seen 40 on the gold to silver ratio for a very long time. And if any of you know exactly when that was, put it in the comments down below. And if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up, the subscribe button, and the bell notification. That way you don't miss any of these great videos. So in my opinion, I do think it's going to go up. The price of silver and gold, that is, next week. I also think we're going to see the gold to silver ratio go down. So yesterday we were hitting right around 89, 88. And today we're in the 86, 85 range. That's a big movement down in one day. It's not even a full day, guys. We're talking like 10 hours maybe. So that's a big substantial difference. And in my opinion, that's where you're going to see a big uptick is in silver. So I think gold will continue to move up. It has been moving up, but I think that you're going to see that ratio slide back down. And as it gets into the 70s again, you're going to see that silver get up into the 31, 32 range. Now, the big number I'm looking for silver is 35 bucks. If we can break and breach that 35 number, I think psychologically it's going to go higher and it's going to kiss 40. And then from there, we'll have to see what the conditions look like. So what do you think? Is it possible? Are we going to see a $30 plus silver next week after the Fed's announcement? Or do you think it's going to stay the same, or do you think it's going to go down? What do you guys think? All right. So now that you've stayed to the end of the video here, I want to talk to you about the stocks that I have, okay? So these are the ticker symbols right here that you can see on the screen. And these are the stocks I have. So these are the ticker symbols. I recommend you guys do your own research on each of these stocks. I do not like to buy ETF stocks. I want to have companies that are actually mining and hold their own metals. Or royalty companies. Those are really the only two that I'm investing in. So for me, that's what I'm doing. You guys may do something a little differently. Now, before you buy any of these kinds of stocks, I think it's very important for you to understand where they fit in your portfolio, okay? So to me, it's important to first have your prepper stack in place. So that's having enough silver to take care of your family and for bartering purposes, okay? And, you know, for me, I think the very minimum there is $100 face in constitutional silver per family member. That's where I would start off with. And then from there, you can grow it. And once you hit that for constitutional, you can start to get into silver rounds and sovereigns, and there's different reasons for that. Check out my videos on Silver University for my opinions on that. Once you're starting to get into the 1,000 plus range of ounces in silver, that's where I recommend you need to start getting into gold. Gold has a lot more value in a smaller package, and I think it's important to have some fractional gold as well as some 1 ounce gold. Now, as far as gold goes, it's also much more of a wealth insurance than silver is. So in that case, I do recommend, you know, basically getting 1 ounce of gold for every $50,000 in net worth you have. And that's your net worth after paying off all your debt. All right. So let's talk a little about these stocks here for a second. So the reason I look at some of the mining stocks is it's a way to get a larger gain than I can through the physical metals. Now, I'm just playing around with it myself. I only have a few $1,000s into it. So it's not even 1% of my metal holdings are in these stocks. But I am considering putting more towards them. It's a little bit of a riskier play, just like the stock market in general is. But it's a way to diversify, and it's a way to earn money that will allow me to then buy more gold and silver. So that's my opinion on that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Hopefully you're feeling good about your gold and silver purchases you've made in the past. Quick tip of the day, if you haven't done so, you can run down to Costco and see if they have any gold or silver left, okay? They don't pay me anything for this. This is just a friendly advice. I called my local one and they had Royal Canadian Mint silver bars, 10 ounce, for $309.99. And then if you've got the Costco credit card and the executive membership, you get 4% back. There's some tips on that too, because it comes back as cash just on your card, not linked to your purchase. So read between the lines on that one a little bit. It's a great way to make some gains that are not on the books, so to speak. Now, with that said, you've got to go down. It's first come, first serve. And I'm going to go head over in a minute here and see if I can pick up some bars. My guess is I'm going to be close to them being run out by the time I get down there. But go take a look at that. I know gold's coming in around $2,600 an ounce. So you might be able to save $50 there plus the 4% back. Now, I don't say this to go play that. If you're still adding and you're looking to make some more ads, that's a place where you can get a little advantage. Costco's a great place to buy from anytime there's a big upswing. It's a horrible place to buy from when there's a downswing. They just lock their price in based on when they purchased it, and they move it. And then when they run out of inventory, they'll buy a new chunk at that new price, and they'll put it out there. So anytime it's going up, Costco's a great place to get. Anytime it's going down, it's horrible. So hopefully that, guys, helped you out a little bit. I'd love to hear from you what kind of videos you'd like to see Surfer do here. I guess you'd like me to do, talk about myself in the third person here. But hopefully you enjoyed that, and take a look at these other videos here. I think you'll have fun with this video as well as this video. And until next time, peace out.